For the Christmas New Year pilgrimage tour, 400 pilgrims arrived from the Czech Republic. Many of them hadn't practiced any form of spiritual life before. Therefore they went through big changes in Medjugorje, attending services, priests, visionaries, and other members of the community. They found it beneficial meeting with them. In their spare time, there's well-known folk singer Peter Ludka playing Christmas carols. Vicka, one of the visionaries, spends a lot of time with pilgrims. In her effective yet subtle way, she enthuses pilgrims with love for God, for people, and for fasting. People can feel her sincerity when she speaks of the mercy of God, and are far more convinced by her speech than by most professional theological thoughts.
Kako i mi otpuštamo dužnicima našim, ne uvedi nas u napas, nego izbavi nas od zla. Amen. Zdravo Marijo, milosti puna Gospodin s tobom, blagoslovljena ti među ženama, blagoslovljen plod utrobe tvoje Isus. Sveta Marijo, Majko Božja, moli za nas grešnike, sada i na čas smrti naše. Amen. Slava Otcu i Sinu i Duhu Svetom, kako bijaše na početku, tako i sada i vazda vijeke vjekova. Amen. Kraljice mira, moli za nas. Gospodine, glavne poruke što Gospod daje za sviju nas molitva.
The main message that the Virgin Mary gives us all is prayer, conversion, fasting, confession, and peace.
I Gospod preporučuje da svaki dan molimo radosna, žalosna i slavna otajstva sva tri dijela Gospine krunice.
The Virgin Mary advises us to pray every day all three parts of the Rosary, the joyful, sorrowful, and glorious mysteries.
Da srijedom i petkom posto kruhu i vodi.
On Wednesdays and Fridays to partake of only bread and water.
Najvažnije što traži čvrstu vjeru.
And most importantly, she asks us to have firm faith. When Virgin Mary tells us to pray, she does not wish us to pray only words. But what we day after day open our hearts so that prayer will be true pleasure.
Odstranite sve one misli koje vam smetaju i počnite sa jednim Oče našem.
Before we start to pray, we get rid of all thoughts which stand in our way and start to pray with one, our Father. Ask Him as your great Father, who is in heaven, who is full of boundless love, who loves us so much. In that moment, give Him all your wishes, all your problems. Let Him do what is best. His will, not ours, be done. On the following day, we begin to pray the Hail Mary. We ask her in the same way as our great mother,
koju vidim očima našega srca,
who sees with the eyes of her heart,
koja je neprestano blizu nas i koja nas toliko voli.
who is always near to us and loves us so much.
Kaj preko stramol ćemo slava Otcu,
On the following day, we begin to pray glory to the Father.
ti slavu svome Otcu
We render to his glory
i zahvaljivati se na svemu što nam daje,
and thank him for everything he gives us,
za loše.
for the good and for the bad,
Sve jednako prihvaćati što nam dolazi od njega.
so that we can accept it in the same way, everything that comes from him,
Utvarati svoje srce
and so from day to day open our hearts
i razmišljati nad svakoj riječi koju izgovaramo.
and ponder every word we pronounce,
Da vidimo kolike te riječi za nas imaju značenje i da ih živimo.
so that we can remember that these words mean to us, how we can live by them.
Pa je to pokazala tako jedno divno primjer.
The Virgin Mary illustrated this with a beautiful example.
Svi u vašim obiteljima imate jednu saksiju cvijeća.
You all have at home potted flowers.
I ako vi svaki dan u taj cvijet stavite 2-3 kapi vode, vidite kako on raste, razvija se i dođe na lijepa ruža.
When you pour every day 1, 2, 3 drops of water into the soil, you see how the plant grows. It blooms into a beautiful flower.
Tako isto je primjer našeg srca. Ako mi svaki dan u naše srce stavimo 2-3 riječi molitve, ono raste, razvija se kao i onaj cvijet.
Our hearts resemble this. When we pour into them 1, 2, 3 words of prayer, they grow and bloom like that beautiful flower.
Ako 2-3 dana u taj cvijet ne stavimo vode, vidimo kako on nestaje kao da nikad nije ni postojao.
If we wouldn't give the flower water for 2 or 3 days, we would see how the flower fades and disappears before our eyes, as if it never existed.
I mi često puta kad dođe vrijeme za molitvu kažemo, ma ne mogu danas moliti, umoran sam, sutra ću, dođe sutra prekostra i tako svaki dan. Našu molitvu daljavamo od sebe i u naše srce ulazi sve ono što dođe sa one loše strane.
And the Virgin Mary says that we often complain, I can't pray, I'm tired. The next day, the same, and the day after that, and so our hearts weaken and evil can enter into them.
Jer Gospa kaže kako god jedan cvijet ne može da živi bez vode, tako i mi ne možemo bez milosti Božje.
The Virgin Mary says, because like that flower, we cannot live without God's mercy.
Jer kaže molitva srca nikad se ne može naučiti i studirati. Molitvu srca jedino možemo živjeti iz dana u dan, ići jedan korak naprijed.
Prayers of the heart we can never learn through study. We can only live them day after day, going forward one step at a time.
To je to pravé a veliké umění. Stačí mít ochotu a také bystrý sluch. Pak člověk uslyší, k čemu jej volá Bůh. Jak jsem se rozhodla, měla jsem v duši klid. Teď za to děkuji, stálo to za to žít. Lec, která dívka sní o zlaté koruně, touží se výjímat v nádheře na trůně. Princezna Aneška, ta se však nebojí dát přednost hrubému šedému závoji.
Já vím, že už jste hodně informací slyšeli, ale ještě vám něco chci říct.
Dr. Barbarich, theologist, intellectual, Franciscan, despite his high education, he still remains humble, a loving person with a deep commitment to adoration, Holy Mass, prayer, and Rosary.
Vicka i Jakov su ovdje, u Medjugorju.
Vicka and Yakov are here in Medjugorje.
Americi sad,
Ivan is now in America,
a Marija je u Italiji.
and Maria is in Italy.
preko Marije daje Gospa I ove mjesečne poruke.
The Virgin Mary gives the monthly message through Maria.
Mi ne znamo dokle će ova kazanja još trajati.
We don't know how long these apparitions will continue.
Već su 14 godina I 6 mjeseci prošli, a isto se dalje sve događa.
It's already 14.5 years, and it's all still happening.
Mislim da to za nas sada nije ni važno da znademo koliko I dugo će još to biti.
And I think that it isn't at all important how long it will continue.
Mnogo je važnije shvatiti što Gospa želi pa da to čini.
It is much more important to understand that the Virgin wishes to make it a reality.
Druge dvije vidjelice, Ivanka I Mirjana, imaju jedanput godišnje susrete sa Gospom.
The other two visionaries, Mirjana and Ivanka, have meetings with the Virgin Mary once a year.
Mirjana ima još jedno iskustvo koje sada želim spomenuti posebno.
Mirjana had another experience, which I want to remind you of.
Svakog drugog u mjesecu moli za nevjernike.
Mirjana prays with the Virgin Mary every other month for non-believers.
On moli, dakle. Najkraća molitva bila je 5 minuta, a najduža 4 sata.
The shortest prayer lasted 5 minutes, and the longest 4 hours.
Nakana jest da oni koji nemaju iskustvo ljubavi Božje, da je dobiju. Zato Gospa moli.
The meaning of these prayers is that those who have not yet experienced God's love should receive it from God.
Kad mi čujemo riječ nevjernik, onda mi mislimo na onaj koji ne zna da Bog postoji.
On hearing the word non-believer, we understand it to mean those who don't know that God exists.
To nije prvotno značenje onoga što Gospa želi.
But this isn't the primary meaning of what the Virgin Mary wants.
Ona moli za iskustvo ljubavi Božje.
She wishes for the experience of the reality of God's love.
Vidite, da se shvatimo, moramo se recimo sjetiti što sveti Jakov kaže u poslanici koju je on napisao.
You know, to understand it, we must first remember what St. James wrote in his letter.
On veli, braćo, I Sotona zna da Bog postoji.
He said, brothers, even Satan knows that God exists.
Ali što to koristi?
But what does this mean?
Komu je on morao ovu riječ napisati prije 2000 godina?
To whom did he write these words 2000 years ago?
Vjerojatno onima koji su govorili da Boga poznaju, da Isusa poznaju, ali nisu u životu svom ništa mijenjali, živjeli kao bezbožci.
Precisely to those who knew that God exists, but continued to live like non-believers.
I zato njima kaže, I Sotona zna da Bog postoji, ali nema od toga koristi.
And so he said to them, even Satan knows that God exists, but it means nothing to him.
Vidite, I mnogi kršćani danas isto tako žive svoj život.
As you know, most Christians today live the same way.
Svi kršćani kažu, ja vjerujem u Boga, vjerujem u Isusa.
They say, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus.
A koliko I nas opet živi stvarno kao da Isusa ne poznajemo.
And many of us live as if we didn't recognize Jesus at all.
I Gospa za nas moli da to naše znanje postane naša vjera, naš odnos prema Bogu.
And the Virgin Mary prays for us that this recognition becomes a relationship with God.
Na primjer, veliki problem u kršćanskom životu jest molitva.
For instance, a big problem in Christian life is prayer.
Mnogi kažu, nemam vremena za molitvu.
Many say, I don't have time to pray.
A sigurno znadete da to nije problem. Vrijeme nije problem. Satovi u danu nisu problem.
But you certainly know that time isn't the problem. The hours of the day are not the problem.
Problem je naš odnos prema Bogu.
The problem is our relationship to God.
Mi Boga ljubimo, onda ćemo naći vremena za njega.
If we love God, then we find time for Him.
Vidite, pa mi to tako radimo u običnom životu.
You see, this is how we act in our ordinary life.
Koliko puta kad reknemo nekome nemam vremena, zaista znači da nemamo vremena.
How many times when we say to someone, I don't have time, does it really mean that I don't have time?
Ili to više znači neću s tobom da budem.
Or does it really mean I don't want to be with you?
Nemaš mi što reći, ne želim s tobom razgovarati.
Shouldn't you tell me I don't want to talk with you?
Ne volim te.
I don't like you.
Ali mi želimo biti uljudni ljudi.
But we are polite.
Onda kažemo oprosti, nema vremena.
And so we say, excuse me, I don't have time.
Ti znaš, a ona druga osoba znade da lažeš.
But you know that the other things, you are lying.
Vremena ima. Samo često ne volimo biti s osobama.
We have time, but we don't want to be with certain people.
I to isto govorimo prema Bogu, nemam vremena.
And we speak the same, even to God. I don't have time.
Eto, ako se nadamo da ćemo druge i prevariti, valjda zar mislimo da možemo Boga prevariti?
And so we create for ourselves the illusion that we can fool others. We think that we can fool even God.
I kad mu kažemo nemam vremena, da on to kaže šta će moje jadno dijete, nema vremena.
And when we say to him, I don't have time, he says to himself, well, my poor child doesn't have time.
Ubogo dite ima časa, nego ne voli Boga, pa neće da moli.
The poor child has time, but doesn't love God, and so doesn't want to pray.
I tu je, vidite, poruka koju Gospa najčešće ponavlja.
And you see, this is the message that Virgin Mary most often repeats.
Poruka kojima je po 3 puta ponavljala molite, molite, molite.
There were messages in which the Virgin Mary repeated 3 times, pray, pray, pray.
Jer molitva je, vidite, susret s Bogom.
Because the prayer, as you see, means to meet God.
Da se u susretu može ono drugo događati što se treba dogoditi.
Then everything can happen at this meeting, which needs to happen.
Vidite, čovjek kad ima iskustvo Boga, kad vjeruje, kad ljubi Boga, onda će imati vremena za molitvu.
As you see, a man can have experience of God if he finds the time to pray.
I evo vidite, Gospa svakog drugog mjesecu sa vidjelicom moli na tu nakanu.
And for this reason, the Virgin Mary prays with visionary Mirjana on the 2nd of every month.
Dakle, moli za nas da naš život bude u praksi onakav kakav Bog želi da bude.
So she also prays for us, so that our lives may be as they should be.
Vidite, pa nama je bolje ako budemo počeli raditi ono što nam Bog govori.
And we also feel better after we start doing what God tells us to do.
Bog nam govori po Mariji, točno kao što majka govori djeci u obitelji.
God speaks to us through the Virgin Mary, who says exactly the same as a mother says to her children.
Kad majka kaže djeci, učite, onda im želi dobro, iako je djeci lijeno učiti.
When a mother tells her children to learn, she only wishes him well, although the child is lazy to learn.
Samo djeca to često ne vjeruju, pa misle da ih majka želi mučiti.
But the children usually don't believe her and think that she wants to annoy them. Past drug addicts, converted people, those who some years ago lived their lives on the edge of human society, those who once were the lowest became the highest in the community of Sister Elvira. Many of us who have attended church for decades could be jealous of the spiritual level they have attained.
Io avevo conosciuto Suor Elvira a Saluzzo, in Piemonte.
I met Sister Elvira in Saluzzo.
E poi è arrivato il giorno della mia entrata in comunità.
And the day of my joining the community came soon after that.
E me lo ricorderò per tutta la vita.
I will remember the moment throughout my whole life.
Perché sono entrato di pomeriggio e verso sera i ragazzi mi hanno accompagnato in cappella.
I came in the morning, and guys immediately took me to the chapel. Into such a little church.
A un certo punto tutti si mettono in ginocchio e iniziano a pregare il rosario.
Everybody knelt down and started to pray the rosary.
Io ho detto, ma questi qui sono matti, sono dei preti, non sono dei drogati come me, ma pensa cosa fanno.
And I told myself, they are crazy, not like people addicted to drugs. They must be some monks. What are they actually doing?
Pensavo di essere arrivato in un manicomio, non in una comunità che potesse salvarmi dalla droga.
I thought that I came to a lunatic asylum instead of a community for drug addiction treatment.
Io non mi inginocchierò mai.
And I told myself, I will never kneel down.
Sicuro.
Never.
E chiedevo anche a Suor Elvira, ma per favore, guarda, quando gli altri pregano, io vado a lavorare, cosa devo star lì a fare? Io non credo.
I said to Sister Elvira, when others go to pray, I will go to work somewhere. I simply don't believe.
Suor Elvira invece ti dà una bella pacca sulla spalla e ti dice, oh.
Well, I will translate for you what it means. Sister Elvira said, see, you will go with the others.
Capito.
Do you understand?
Razumiš, E io un po' perché te lo dice in un modo che è meglio che l'ascolti.
She said it in such a way that it was better to do it.
E un po' perché comunque i ragazzi che sono lì che pregano diventano anche la tua forza.
The guys who were praying there helped me by being an example for me.
E io mi sono trovato in ginocchio.
And so I suddenly knelt there like everybody else.
Ero lì in ginocchio e non ci credevo d'esserlo.
I couldn't believe it at all.
Ma no, ma non sono io, pensavo che è possibile, io in ginocchio.
I was telling myself, but this is not me. Marco said, I also joined the community because I was more or less forced to do it.
Anch'io, come tutti i tossici, ero arrivato a spendere tutti i giorni cifre astronomiche.
Like everybody else, I also reached the stage where I had to spend huge sums on drugs.
E anche se vengo da una famiglia benestante, anche se avevo un lavoro e quindi avevo uno stipendio, i soldi non bastavano più.
And although I came from a so-called better family and I had a good job, once I ran out of money
E quindi ero obbligato a rubare.
and I was forced to steal.
E un bel giorno, grazie a Dio, la polizia mi ha beccato.
Thank God the police arrested me one day.
Adesso ringrazio, quando è successo questo 5 anni fa non ringraziavo.
After it happened 5 years ago, I still didn't thank God much.
E quindi mi è stato proposto o il carcere o la comunità in alternativa.
I was told either the community or jail.
Io ho detto cominciamo ad andare in comunità, perché intanto non ci sono cancelli, non ci sono muri. Il giorno che finisco il periodo che devo starci scappo, vado.
Then I told myself, I will try the community for now. There are no cells. And when the day comes and I will be allowed to leave, I will simply leave.
Dai.
Ex-drug addicts attend adorations very often, and to see them signing during these adorations is a great experience for pilgrims.
Jer ti si početak i svršetak, alfa i omega. Probudi nama i večeras duboku čežnju, biti s tobom u vremenu prolaznome i u vječnosti. Otkloni od nas sve što nam smeta, da se tebi poklonimo, da s tobom budemo jedni.
We adore you, Lord Jesus. You are the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. We pray, awaken in our hearts tonight a deep longing to be with you, in time that passes away and in eternity. Free us from anything which hinders us from being with you.
koncu ove godine, da nas oslobodiš svih tereta naše prošlosti, da ozdraviš sve rane duše i tijela koje nam smetaju da s tobom idemo, da ozdraviš sve ono što je nama slomljeno, da otkloniš sve rane koje ubijaju vjeru, ljubav i nadu. Predajemo ti sada sav svoj grijeh, sve navike zle koje nas putavaju, da nas oslobodiš. U tišini ti predajemo svu svoju prošlost.
We adore you, Lord Jesus, and we thank you that you are with us here. You are Emmanuel, God with us, walking with us on our path. And therefore we pray to you now, at the end of this year, free us from the burden of our past. Heal the wounds that keep us from going with you. Heal the wounds of our soul and body. Heal all that is broken within us. Heal the wounds that destroy faith, hope, and love. We now give to you all that hinders us to walk with you. We give you our sins, our sinful habits, all which hinders us from being with you on the way.
In the silence of adoration, one calms down, senses the presence of Christ and love, and opens himself to God. One feels happy about it, and experiences peace. Even those who have not attended church for years are surprised by the peace and joy which they experience during these adorations. Holy Mass, peak of every pilgrim's day. Virgin Mary, in her messages, asks us to place the Holy Mass as a first priority in our lives, not simply to come there, but to live through it with the whole of our heart. In Medjugorje, there is 1 hour preparation for the Holy Mass, during which we pray the Rosary. During the last Holy Mass in 1995, members of Sister Elvira's community came to sing. They helped a lot of people who had also started a new life to experience something deeply spiritual.
qui compassioni voluntarie traderetur, accepit panem et gratias agens fregit, deditque discipulis suis dicens. Accipite et manducate ex hoc omnes, hoc est enim corpus meum, quod pro vobis tradetur. Simile modo postquam cenatum est, accipiens et calicem, iterum gratias agens, dedi discipulis suis dicens, accipite et bibite ex eo omnes, hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, novi et eterni testamenti, qui pro vobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum. Hoc facite in meam commemoration.
Joy and enthusiasm were culminating during the Holy Mass.
blagoslov Boga Svemogućega, Oca i Sina i Duha Svetoga, sašao na vas i ostao vas dan. Amen. Dona nobis pacem.
After 1 week of preparation, the last Thanksgiving Holy Mass resulted in a joyful end. Everybody said it was most beautiful New Year's Eve in our life.